Well, obviously, the first solution to any problem is recognition of the problem. I mean, that's just a given, especially with any psychological problem. Is recognizing the problem is always the first step. So the first step is recognizing we other. We can never, ever entirely overcome. It can't be done. And in fact, it's not entirely wrong, because we all are, nobody is an entire individual in a culture. Everyone has cultural traits, both from the mainstream culture and from their own smaller culture. So judging us by our covers is not completely wrong. That we do judge people, and we don't get to know people from scratch, and we do make assumptions. Some of them prove to be right, some of them prove to be wrong. So the first problem is recognition. The second problem is recognizing that you are dealing with individuals and learn to separate the individual from the group that individual belongs to. Either really belongs to, or that we assume they belong to. And we need to discern that also, whether we are going by our assumptions or their self-identification. So that's recognizing it. And recognizing it, in this case, is a very major step. Because part of recognition is realizing I do it, and realizing here's where it's useful, here's where it's not. And so you learn to apply it or not to apply it. You learn to see others as individuals and as members of groups. You see the advantages of interacting with people of different sorts. I mean, this is a multicultural approach that we can learn from each other. We can learn various ways of seeing the world that may affect the way we see the world. We can learn different types of music, different films, and all of this, that we have a lot to share with each other. And so even if we do continue to recognize certain differences, we can take advantage of those differences and embrace the positive ones and try to get rid of the negative ones. But the main thing is not to make too many assumptions. We can never totally put assumptions aside, but to try to not make too many assumptions as we enter into dialogue with other people, individuals or as a group.